What's up, everybody? Surfin over here. We are back. It's gonna be a beautiful Saturday evening stream. Wanted to welcome you guys with ChatGPT. Check this out. I want to get this to work. Is this going to pick up my sound this time? It's not working, okay. A restart will probably fix that. Make a nice long pathway. We'll call it a stone pathway. Hope everybody had a great Saturday. Make a nice long stone pathway with a 1,000 subscribers. Nice and vivid dark colors. Let's see what it does. Let me get this up so I can see chat. There we go. That's really cool. It put 11,001. That is the simplest of tasks. Crazy. Wonder why the voice is not working on that. Either way. Price of gold right now? Yeah, it's just not working in general. Huh. Yeah, when one thing doesn't work on a computer, you basically just restart it and it'll work. Like if I restarted it, this would work again. But everything else is working. So there's no issues. Let me know in chat when a few people hop in eventually. What's up with you guys? I had an absolutely great day. 8-Ball's stomach is healing up perfectly beautifully. And yeah. We are feeling the good vibes today. Oh my goodness, just look at that. Oh my god. Wow. That's a beautiful coin right there. You can practically see the natural polishing lines right there from the die. On quarters, you can see them. It fans down really nice to the edge. It goes past everything. All the stars. No round marks. If you see round marks, it usually means somebody cleaned it and they couldn't get in these crevices. Look at that. The 8, it looks like it started to run over right there. Right there it started to double. Just a little bit. Full Liberty. The closest thing that I have is an 1897 San Francisco. And I'd say it's probably pretty close to this value. Probably a little less, though. This is a pretty beautiful coin. Almost a $400 barber. I wonder what the 1892s are going for right now. 1892 S barber. BU. Let's see if it even exists. So what we're seeing here are key dates going. It's a pretty nice coin. But we've nearly lost Liberty. This is what a good picture does. Once you can analyze the coin, it really does allow you to see what you're buying in some cases if the person is selling that coin. That's nice that it has all that, though. Perfect strike. Beautiful. Let me get the comments up. Okay, so we're just analyzing right now because what we just saw, that 1899 was gorgeous. I mean, one of the nicest that you could have probably ever found. And here I wanted to see what you could possibly get for the same or more of money in this right here, 1892. That one wasn't even in San Francisco, and it was 362 buy it now. And this right here, we got AU details, which it's probably just a little less, maybe. It's close, for $600. And here we got one that's pretty nice, close to BU, and it's going for $1,200. And that's the starting bid. That's what it won't be sold less for. Look at that. And this is what mine looks like, to be honest. I'll pull it up. I'll get it. I have it over in a holder. I'll show you guys. I have this one 1897S, and it has this on this side, really, and it's kind of like fanned around, and then on the front, it's just very barely around the 1892 or 1897, and that's what my coin is. Yep. See, these are the type of coins that you definitely could hold on for a while, right? Because these coins are seeing incremental jumps over the years that nobody could ever predict. Almost like lottery tickets out here. If you find it and you buy it and then you sit on it. For instance, I have one coin, I have a bunch of coins that are rising in value quite differently. But a couple of them are one of ones, and I don't even know what you could possibly, I realized it already. I'm like, wow, in the coming decade, I could choose whatever the next price is for this coin, because it's one of one, like none other. And if you own really the only coin, yeah, it's definitely going to be a pricey venture. But for the most part, I really enjoy the fact that these coins, I just check them after a long time, and I can't even tell. Whenever, unless it goes up a lot. That's the thing about it. It seems like these prices on these coins really rise differently as the time goes on. That's a beautiful coin. It's a new listing. It was just listed today at $247. Wow, what a gorgeous coin. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Here, we are just gonna be BSing in chat, and pretty much whenever people slowly come and find me, that's what pretty much happens. People realize that I'm on and hop in. Whenever that happens, we'll get a good old topic of conversation going and rolling. Oh my lord. AU 53 graded PCGS, and we're talking 5 $25. And that's for just 1892 Philadelphia. I knew that these were expensive, but this is putting it into perspective for me right now and whoever's watching, because mainly if you go and buy the earliest coin, this is the cheapest that it's ever going to be right now, right? Everybody can agree on that. This is the cheapest that this is ever going to be. It's never going to be any cheaper unless you get it from somebody who goes below the market value. Everybody's running off of the market value online nowadays, so the prices are attached. Look at this, 1375 AU58. Now we're going to go up a little bit and we'll go back to that 12. That wasn't even graded. Wow. Okay. That's beautiful. We got it. Look at that. Hold on. 1892 San Francisco Barber half dollar. BU. Uncertified coin. We got some minute scratches. It is nice. Be good girl, Bubba. You be good. Wonder what that black mark is. Looks like a burn mark. It is. It's really a burn mark. We are looking at the difference of key date barbers right now. I need to know what I'm gonna have to get in the future for certain coins to make it easier on me. And anybody who's watching, it'll make it easier on you too, because if you know what you're supposed to get first, everything else will come naturally after. And it's a gut instinct, I guess you could say. I run off a gut instinct all the time. That's how I buy everything. All gut instinct. Wow, look at this. 1912D. $334. And we again have an altered picture. Can't zoom in on it. They know people have really good zoom on here, so they make it blurry. Each one of these people's Great Southern Coins pictures are extremely blurry, not good. But when you zoom out, it's not bad. When you zoom in, you can't see really anything. It's a beautiful coin though, full Liberty. Back is nice. Looks like it has its original polished eyes. That would be below the lettering and the stamp. $18.95S. It's close. F12. Even an F12 from 1895 is already in the 200s almost. Look at that. That's an old annex holder too, it looks like. I have never seen that annex holder. Let me know in chat if anybody's seen that. Put it in the comments below if anybody's watching this tomorrow and they come across this. We're going to make these really good live streams to the point where everybody can just rewatch them too at certain points. For fun. Let them roll on through. Help me out too. Look at this, Barber half dollars, lot of 20, full date, full rims, 386. There ain't really much of a better feeling than buying Barber half dollars, but I'll tell you what feels better. when there's a few at the bottom in the 1800s. It don't matter. I'm just saying. At a certain point, people will buy what they buy, and they will buy the rest up along with that. What's up with these burn marks? What is up with these burn marks on barbers? I'm starting to notice that. Little black char marks. You see? Right there. It could be gunk. Yeah, and it likely is on a couple of these, but these look like really weird char marks on a couple of them. Oh wow, look at this. 1894 proof 65. Wow. I've never seen anything like that before. Look at that. You can see the polishing lines going out all kinds of different ways. The original dyes weren't perfect back then. This was uncirculated. This is uncirculated. As uncirculated as one could be. And it still has scratches. Proof 65. Wow. That's amazing. I absolutely love old American coinage. There's just nothing better in my opinion. We're going to look at some premium walking liberties, premium barbers. We're going to get into some older commemoratives. Ooh, you know what? I got a coin that's toned blue. It has blue hues. It's an 1897, I believe, Philadelphia. Yep, 1897 Philadelphia. Here, I'll go to this thing so you guys can see this. Look at this. And you can't see it right now, I guess. Whatever this is where the blue starts. So you can see the hues, like the greens or whatever, but it is a blue. Like in the light, it's really beautiful and blue. Got to get this thing in a holder because personally, it's just one of those coins you probably shouldn't be touching. It's really nice. It's not really going to matter that much. At the same time, it's not something you want to really handle every day of the year either. I've been realizing that recently. I'm like, yeah, I should probably put that away, yo. That's pretty. It's a nice coin. We got full rim. I don't know what these things are called on the inside. I think that would be called a bead. Like the bead on the inside there. They get filled really easily. Morgan Dollars have them too. They get filled with dirt, right? So, my conclusion is, whenever you see a coin like this, and it has, you know, it's not packed chock full of dirt and losing its rim. I can't remember the grade that this was sold to me at. That's why flips are really important, because if you document it when you get it, oh, that's a good angle right there. Wow. Absolutely shows the beauty of that coin. There we go. You get some of the blues in the top there, but it has a blue on the outer rim there. Nice, beautiful blue tone. And as usual, this light that I have in front of this, it leaves no room for error, and we can see every scratch and every blemish on the coin, essentially. And it takes away all tones pretty much, unless it's extremely strong and like yellow. Then I can see it down here with this light. Any other color, it just won't show up. Yeah, for real, I actually went through about 200 coins to make that video today. And I only found 2 coins that are in Godly Rust and one that's just absolutely gorgeous that I had to put in a holder. Yup. What's up, everybody watching this in the coming days? I really hope that you're having a great Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We are out here. We are just vibing. A few people will find us over the hours and come and say what's up. Anybody that wants to, hop in chat and say hello. Get to know me. Or you can get to know me by my rambles, and that is even probably more fun. I'd imagine that just hearing some of the random stuff that I say or think or do is probably pretty interesting in some cases. Oh my goodness. Holy. Oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, that's a gorgeous coin. Look at those beads. That's what I'm talking about right there. Look like little bullets. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like to me. Wow. What's crazy to me is that's a stock photo and this is the coin. So what's up with that? The stock photo, that's PCGS's stock photo. Wonder why it looks like that. I do wonder why it looks like that. And then it looks so beautiful here. And I mean, completely different. If you look up in that corner, that coin right up there, and this one, completely different. I don't really know why. We're going to start doing giveaways in the middle of these live streams too in the future. I can't wait. It's most definitely going to be one of those things that happens so randomly. I just choose. I'm like, hey, let's do something. Let's, I've been trying to really stay consistent lately and keep the quality up as high as I possibly can with information. I've been extremely motivated lately and highly active, highly productive. This is the blue that my coin has. It's beautiful. It goes around this outer edge here on this side. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. 26. That's a pretty odd number. These people are coming up with these really random lot amounts. You never really know. You have to just basically divide the price by that, and then you'll know per coin what you're getting. That's all I do, usually. We are checking out absolutely gorgeous beauties on here. I'm hopping back and forth from Barbers, and I'm going to go to Walking Liberties, and then we're going to hit up Commemoratives and just check out a few of those and see what's up with those. See if the prices are incrementally rising. I have a bunch of Commemoratives. Peastone Mountain. Everything from like the 30s into the 20s, and I'm getting into the teens is where they really get weird. 1907 to 18, 19. Commemoratives were pretty odd. There are a lot of them. But as far as how many, I'm not too sure. So we're gonna go 19. We'll just go and type in Commemoratives. That'll be enough. Yup, that was enough. Yeah, see, because you can get the stuff from the 20s pretty easily nowadays, and they're beautiful. Look at this. You can see the original die below. Barely scratched or barely touched. I mean, this is a perfect coin from 1936. I mean, it's nearly perfect. Wow. And you can see the back die looks the same as the front in between the words. You see these scratches? This is how these came. This is what these blanks looked like when they struck, before they struck them, right here. Both sides. Look at that. And if you see on newer quarters, it's finer. The grit is finer nowadays. It's not like liney like that. It's finer. But they're still there. And it's a way to tell because they go the whole way from one side of the coin to the other, and they do not touch the design ever. We have a clear design. This is all background. All background. I love being able to see that from a computer. Look at this. This is the sesquicentennial. Right here. 1926 to 2026. This is what's coming up. We're making coins. Look at that. I knew they would put the bell on them. Wow. Me and Joseph were talking about this in the previous 2 streams, and we had thought that it would have something to do with the Declaration or 1776. And what they did was they put 2. We got Washington, and I don't know the other man. That's a beautiful coin. I don't have that. Look at that. $57. It's in very good shape. So that's what the dates are going to look like, but it's going to be 2026 in 1776. We got the Stone Mountain. I got about 3 of these things, I think. We might do one in a giveaway here soon. Somebody's getting a P Stone Mountain. What's up, Joseph? Oh, you're great, dude. You're good, dude. We are absolutely just having an absolutely great evening, man. Great evening. We are coasting through this evening pretty smoothly, I would say. Very happy. Beautiful day. Very productive. I've been starting a bunch of different things recently, like different side channels and stuff like that on different platforms, and trying out like different types of content, and not like going crazy or anything. This channel here is like my main focus. It will always be my main focus. I will push as far and as fast as I can on this one always. We are right now at about a point where I would say, what's up, Salt, New York? What's up, you guys? We are at a point where I say we are about to surpass our previous growth records. My record for watch hours per month would have been 220. So anything past that is a record. My views, that's something that it's going to take a little bit of time. I've had these random weird months. I'm trying to get consistent with that. I've had random spikes where I get like almost 20 or 30,000 views in a month. I've never seen this coin before. And I'm really wanting to just stay consistent and give you guys just good videos every single day. Good information, good shorts that'll just pop up randomly in your phone throughout the day. Wow. I love it when the dates correlate so well. Look at how good that looks. 6 and 9 backwards. Like, it's really the perfect number to have on this coin. And we got the tercenary Hugenwalk, Walloon tercenary, founding New Netherland. Very interesting. Yes, sir. We are almost to 1,000. I cannot wait, yo. I cannot wait. You know, honestly, I'm as patient as ever with that too. Like, it is just gonna happen when it happens, you know, and ain't no fighting it. You know what I mean? Do what I do and just let it happen. Yeah. Happy Star Wars Day. Absolutely, yo. May the 4th be with all of you, and have the Force with it as well. We are really just having a good night. There's the Bay Bridge that somebody said they have. Somebody was in chat like 3 days ago and they said they have the Bay Bridge coin, and this is what it is. Look at how awesome that is. That's a great, great coin. I mean, beautiful time period, beautiful bridge, everything. And you know what? Honestly, that's like something I could draw. I could recreate this coin in a heartbeat. Draw it exactly the way that it is right here. It's just it's just cartoonish enough to be like right in my design realm. I can't really go from like I can't bring it all the way real for some reason. I've tried so hard to get my art to go like full blown realism, like some people can. Some people are able to draw faces, full realism. I focus more on the fact that okay, I'm somewhere in between, right? And this is where I'm at almost because like simple numbers, letters, give it a bridge, and these water lines are repetitive, but it works, man. What's that in the background? It's just some random stuff. The other side of the bridge, too. And the mountains on the other side, apparently. Or clouds. Man, that's a gorgeous coin, and I have to get that in my collection. Have to, eventually. It's one of those coins that I could look at on any given day. I love the bear. I always have. I always love the bear. It's you guys' flag, and I always had it on t-shirts and stuff like that, and I always loved the bear for some reason. Yeah. It's just an iconic design that literally I would say you could line this up next to a Walking Liberty $half, and I would say it would hold its own. You know? I would be like, yeah, I really like this coin too, you know? And this is well before they started those. I mean, I think they started them in like the teens and the 20s, maybe 30s. I can't remember when the first Walking Liberty was created. We're gonna have to find out though, because that's the next thing we're going to. Walking Liberty. We ain't even gonna type toned yet, but we're just gonna go regular Walking Liberty. These are what blow me away. What exists, like, quality wise in these coins right now, I would say is bar none some of the best quality $half that you can get for the time period of the 40s and early war times. And we go to, well, what I really like about this is it usually has it sitting up there. It usually just has the regular year. 1916, look at that. Now, eBay is starting to become pretty helpful, you guys. Because the fact that I can just go and sift through every year that I want. And I didn't know what the first year was. But now I do. It's 1916, and I thought it was right in the 20s, so we was close. 1916 to 1947. And this is directly from ATMEX. I knew that they were on here, but this is what I was talking about, you guys. 537,000 recent sales. Or total combined sales. They're huge on here. I spoke it like 3 live streams ago, and I said how ATMEX was selling on eBay, but they really are. They're everywhere. And I do think that those big depositories that I'm speaking of are secretly these bigger companies. Sometimes, like for instance, they have their name right here. But the one that I came across the other day was a different place, and they had the same amount, if not more, than ATMEX on one single item, which was the 2024 1 ounce gold American Silver Eagle, I believe. I can't remember what model it was. So, BU key date Well, we're not. It is key date. It should be. It should be. It's the first year. But they always pick randomly. So let me see here. 19 key date 1916 Barber. Oh wait, I'm tripping. Walking Liberty. Yeah, it is the key date. That's why I'm sitting here. That's what I was thinking. I just had to like double check myself. The regular 1916 Philadelphia is the key date. It's the first one. And every other one after that too. We have Denver selling for almost $1,000. Even the cleaned version, right? $632. Cleaned. Let's look at a clean coin. Not only is it helpful. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of stuff right here. This is what they were trying to clean. In between here, you see how they couldn't get it? They got everything, and this is polished, right? So you can see here, they went a little too hard there because it's the only spot where your hand will freely go. You can't get there. You have to have a tool or something, right? Look at this. This is how you can tell if a coin is cleaned, right? This is the gunk that they were trying to clean. Very interesting how you can actually tell, like you can really tell if you come up on a coin that's cleaned, if it's been cleaned. And look at this. Now we have the wear, right? When you're cleaning a coin, you don't want to apply all the pressure on Lady Liberty because this is the raised part and it's going to be shinier than this. So when you're polishing, repolishing a coin, if you don't ever want to repolish a 1916 for any reason, just leave it the way that it is, right? I mean, seriously, that's my thing. But look at this line that you see going up here. That was where the most pressure was applied consistently, right? And that is a clean mark. Scrub mark. These coins are increasingly hard to clean as you get polishing with them. I learned this with a practice Merrick Mint Silver Eagle, the one that I scraped the paint off of because I wanted to hear its ping. I still think that was the best thing I ever did because I realized it was fake. It has such an off ping to it, it's crap. I mean, I'm serious. Like, you can actually hear that it's brass inside or something. It's not even silver. There's no way. The beautiful ring of silver is not in that Merrick Mint Silver Eagle that I had from, what was the year? 2002. That's the year it was. So you just never know what they're faking nowadays. You never know what is fake, especially with painted items, because paint takes the ring from the metal. It will not allow you to ping it, which is what I was bothered with. It's why I scraped it apart. I just couldn't. I sat there with a knife absolutely beside myself. It wasn't even worth that much. One, I wanted to learn how to repolish the coin. I got it so shiny, it hurts my eyes in the sunlight. The scratches from the knife, I can't get over that. I had to do it. I really felt like something was off when I dropped it the first time, and I'm like, ooh, that don't sound good, right? But it didn't sound metally, because it was covered in paint. You cover a coin in paint, that's like covering a tire in rubber almost. You're not going to get the same ping from your rim hitting the ground with rubber on your tire. Look at this. $1,900 BU gem. And this isn't even... Oh, it is graded. I was going to say, I hope it is. Now, why don't they have the holder
Now that's sketchy right there. If you're gonna spend $1,900 and it's in a holder, he has GS here, so we can see PCGS probably. Now, why wouldn't you put the holder or the grade in the description? Let's see if it's in the description. Where is it? I don't think I can find. Oh, there it is. There it is. Now, what are we talking about here? This coin has been graded by a non-recognized grader. But when I saw the coin in person, I bought it regardless. I suggest the buyer regrades it with PCGS. Now, what exactly am I seeing then here, bud? GS. How sketchy is that? Why would it have that on the bottom where PCGS would be? And that's why there's no grade. That's why there's no holder. Should have taken a picture of the holder, even if it's blank, so that we could see. I mean, someone will love the coin regardless, but I'm just saying. It gives the impression that you have a PCGS graded 1916D, but it don't say nothing about it. So he's going to get a million messages from people saying, is this graded? And they're not even going to read that description down there. And, yeah, it'll probably take forever to sell the coin. But, it'll sell. Holy, look at this thing. Slid in there. I like these little lots. It's a good way to get a bunch of different coins. Check this out. We got no date. We're missing the date on that, but that is a barber quarter, or cap bust quarter, sorry. Came out wrong. I'm trying to guess the date, because it might be in the description, because that's how they usually sell these things. In the description, you'll see an exact list of the coins. Let's guess 1827 for fun. Maybe. Let's see what it is. Where are you at? Where are you at? There you are. See picture. What does that mean? Where is the description? It's not there. We missed it. This is the description. So they found a way to basically use this description. This says about this item, but it's different than what a normal eBay description is. Because like what we did before was we scrolled down and the guy typed it by hand. This is professional. Like we have like the item specifics, and then here this should say all those coins, boom boom, and what the capped bust was. But instead they like to say, want your stuff sooner, and get a hold of us if you're not happy, which I would hope so. I love these. You always know. Look at this, 10,000 sold. Wow. That's a lot of walking liberties. And it's random year. Just any good old, you can get anything. You will get some San Franciscos. They're really tiny, and the S is right around this mark here, right in this general region. I think it might be in this area. I can't remember where exactly. Beautiful design. I would have loved to see his previous designs for these coins. That's a fascinating topic. Let's go and see what that's about. Adolf Weinmann's previous designs. Let me see if this is going to work for once. Adolf Weinmann's previous designs. It's not listening. Wow, it really does need a restart. Adolf Weinmann's, because usually I could sit here and type with my voice and then it doesn't take forever, but I don't mind. Adolf Weinmann. I believe that's his name, and I'm missing
Yep, there we go. Other Walking Liberty design. And let's see what he was cooking up in the art studio. I'm very curious now. This is how it goes, topic to topic, even by myself sometimes. Oh, wow. Damn. It changed automatically. What a little piece. It'll go right back now, you guys. It does that, dude. This thing changes while I'm typing sometimes. It's like a glitch in their system. I mean, I took all the hotkeys off and everything. There's nothing on this that I hit that should that should move the scene, but it does sometimes. I'm really sorry about that. And also, we're back, you guys. Seriously, we are looking at Adolf Weinmann's other Walking Liberty designs. We're just going to see what he was cooking up. Adolf Weinmann's pattern for the Walking Liberty. Check this out. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Look at that. Nails and all. It must be in a case of some sort. Boy, could you imagine owning that? That should be in a museum. It probably is. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, you guys. That happens sometimes. That's the first time it's ever happened where I looked down and you guys were like, yo, we can't see you. And you know what's crazy? I think I actually set it to that screen and then forgot to change it back. That's exactly what happened. I remember doing that now. I blamed it on the software. Because it used to do that to me. And you know what? I realized why it was doing that to me as well. Here's what really sucks when you record a really good video and it does that. And you're sitting there thinking that you're looking at like the website and it's actually looking at your hand. It's truly funny. I mean, it's like I can only laugh sometimes. It makes me mad, but I've ruined really few good videos. Just ones that felt so natural and perfect. And then I'll go and check it and halfway through it switches to that screen. Jeez. 2016 Walking Liberty Gold Coin Mintage. Man, could you imagine having that? I want to leave that Bay Bridge coin up. I love that coin. I'm going to look at it again probably. Absolutely gorgeous. Could you imagine having that? This is the 2016 W. I was afraid it was fake at first, but I'm like, no. There's two of them there. Because you know how they put 24 karat plate on just about everything nowadays and try to make it look like gold. I thought it would go to the back one. No. That is gorgeous. Probably nearly a perfect grade, I would say. That's the thing with West Point coins. I mean, here's what really bummed me out. When I bought mine, I'm not going to ever have my American Gold Eagle graded, but the man took it directly out of a mint sealed tube, and here's what he did. He thumbprinted the front of it and the back of it and handed it to me, and honestly, my soul hurts to this day from that moment because I can still see his fingerprint. Here's the thing. He realized it after he did it, and now he wouldn't do that. I don't think. He'd probably just lay it out on the table and let me grab it, or grab it from the side at least. You never know what someone's going to do with a coin, especially a $2,000+ coin, right? And these things can be graded long in the future. And this is a special coin. I would always get anything commemorative that they do, random. I would at least try to get it graded at one point in my life. This is the fun thing about what's going to happen with grading and me in this channel is that over time, as we go into the thousands, I'm going to be doing unboxing videos, and we're really going to be into PCGS and Annex. The thing is, I'm going to have probably both companies behind me because I want Annex for cheap, fast coins. And if I start to trust them, which I will, I feel like a professional is a professional. Each of these companies are going through rigorous rigorous training to find these people that know everything about coins, and I mean everything, down to every minute detail under the microscope. Now they hire those people. Each company gets a good round of people every now and then, and they're going to keep them. So they're going to stack up these people over the years, and now they got a team of people that are just amazing at what they do, which is grading. And now mistakes can be made. That's the problem with grading, I would say, is that you're never going to have a perfect time, right? Somebody is having a day regardless of how your coin is in their hand, and you have to think about that. They're going to do their best to get you within that 1 or 2 numbers of the grade that you're supposed to be at. But then I still see people online who complain about how they were expecting 2 grades higher, and it ruined the value of their coin. That's where it hurts people, is that if they do make it an investment and they send it away and somebody undergrades it, now they have to at least crack it out and send it again, or accept the lower grade, which it may be higher. You never know. Send it to a different place. It's always going to cost more money, though. That's Adolf Wyman. Man. Mercury dime, too. I didn't know that. Should have known that. It's a really good design. Master sculptor. I'd say so. When you're creating timeless classics like the Winged Liberty and this design, they still implement to this day, and I mean to this day, band-wise. We have taken designs from the past and slowly altered them, changed them, and kept certain things. Whether it be a bald eagle, this thing, Lady Liberty, but not the winged part. This always came off as like a Jetson-y vibe to me, right? But really, it's just like an angel. I mean, like, she's really giving it off like angelic vibes. Wrong one. Looking into these people's catalogs is fascinating. Now, I guarantee you there's a website somewhere, probably the first one. Here it is. With some history on this man. He was German. Should have known that. Wyman. Look at this. Oh wait, that's our ad. Those are ads. Don't get me excited, Money Metals. You absolutely are bullish with gold right now on my ads. Do I gotta start exiting these things out? Like, what is this? At least switch it up a little bit. Check this out. 1904 Louisiana Purchase Exposition Award Medal. Wow. I mean, he went all out with this. Women. Men. The sun. He actually put on the opposite side the Walking Liberty sun with the rays shooting out. We have the date, 1906, or 1904, sorry. Honestly, I'm loving that eagle. I'm absolutely loving this eagle. Oh my goodness. If you're still here, Joseph, what's up? I hope that you're enjoying this and having a great evening. Seriously. Look at this. Adolf met up with St. Gaudens in 05. And the two sculptors worked together to produce a medal for Theodore Roosevelt's inauguration. Wow. See, this right here makes me really understand how things go so wild for some people with success. He had year after year after year of right thing happening to him, whether that be God, whether that be just luck on his side. It really did play out. Even Daniel Carr wasn't able to get designs in like this. Okay, you guys? He wasn't able to get designs in like this. One, I would say the difference between Daniel and somebody like Daniel and somebody like Adolf is the pure timelessness of every drawing. Now, I haven't seen one design from Adolf that even would be considered questionable in any state of the word. And if you go to some of Daniel's coins, they are questioning the man or society, money. Like, he has a lot of puppet master coins where the people are basically like being controlled by puppets and the money's falling down from the sky. Honestly, that's one coin that I want to get from him, to be honest with you. But I'm sure there are some copper coins from this man's time, like we just saw on there on eBay. We found a nailed, it was, I can't remember, it might have been copper, it looked like it was. It was somehow similar to bronze or copper, and it was a rough design of the Walking Liberty from 1916. And it was nailed and encased. This is, I forgot about this, I wanted to stop at this. He produced many other famous works of art on display across the U.S. One such work is the Descending Night that he designed in 1915 to be displayed in San Francisco for the Panama Pacific International Expedition. See, why aren't people doing stuff like this more often? We really need to be like allowing people to create statues and commemorate things instead of rip things down and divide and have people so upset with each other that they truly couldn't even do anything other than argue and bicker rather than to create art. I mean, this is gorgeous. Honestly, I think a society with art would be a happier place. One, it would be a talking point for just about everybody everywhere. If art was everywhere, you wouldn't be able to walk past it without enjoying it with somebody. Let's check this out real quick. Because I was watching this heavily the other day, right? That better be close to right. I can't seem to get it to show me. So now let's double check it, because honestly, this is what bothers me. 23.21. Now, if that's right, then I'll know that that's at least right. I need something to be right here, though, is all I'm asking for. I need to see the price every now and then, and I don't want it to be like 18 days behind. Price of gold, and let's see if we got 23.21. My phone doesn't even want to do that. You have to literally say now and then put COMEX. It's 23.10. I mean, that's closest, but come on. I think we learned the other day that APMEX has the most updated prices. 23.15. Yeah, they're the closest. Look at that. Platinum, Palladium, really at each other's door right now. Dude, Palladium is up $11 or 1.27%. And we have Palladium coins for sale from the United States Mint, 1 ounce for $1,900, which I thought was a pretty absurd amount, considering that their platinum coins are right around this price, 11 or 12. They only make 2 or 3 on platinum. They make $900 extra on Palladium for some reason. Don't ask me why. I thought it was fascinating though, because you don't really see coins being sold for double their money ever. I mean, especially when it comes to these precious metals right here. These ones. You're never going to see these large number around $1,000 or more deals being done like that.
Yep. I really want to get some palladium. It's one on my list. I just don't know how it would be able to be sold. How would you? Who would buy it? Do the coin shops buy palladium the same way that they buy platinum? And my coin shop would very likely buy platinum. I don't think he'd be happy about it though. He doesn't normally have it. He's not trying to sell me it. And I personally don't normally hear. Me too, Joseph. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, you really love American Silver Eagles, and so do I, because I really love pretty much everything that he does. And you know, no matter what they do with it, I'm always gonna cherish what it is for what it is, art. Every time, you're never gonna catch me not sitting there and appreciating the leaves as they change colors. You know, good metaphor. Palladium coins, and it brings up all gold. Okay, look at palladium as a metal, just how different it is when you Google it. Now let's see the obvious differences here. It's very dark, black in some cases, black faces, but look at that. The hues are so amazing. This is a reverse proof palladium coin. I'd say that's probably close to heavenly. Look at how odd it looks compared to like this mirror-like finish of it has a darker hue, but it does go in light. It's almost like chrome in some places. It really lets the coin shine beautifully. Look at that. I'm honestly breathtaken by this coin. And that was from 2019. Now imagine I just get one of these things, I'd probably be pretty happy. You don't need a lot of palladium, but something, you know? Let's get the ball rolling a little bit eventually. Platinum first, most likely, right? We will definitely go for platinum first. This is the most well recognized one. We got Weinman's design on the back. A different eagle design. I believe that's the same Walking Liberty design. And we got Winged Liberty on the front. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I'm truly just taken back by this. I really can't. I've never seen palladium before in reverse proof. I've never seen it. And to me right now, it's sticking out like a sore thumb as a different metal. Look at this. You can see its hues are different. It shines different. But then we got these frosty coins from 2020. Now, I guess this could be just light, right? Somebody wanted this to look really dramatic and good. Bermuda Palladium Sea Venture 1987 proof. That's just amazing to me that in 87 Bermuda was messing around with palladium to the point where they had a coin, you know. I guess it's 87, you know. Seriously. Talking like it's the 30s, but yeah. Beautiful coin. 1 ounce palladium. Absolutely gorgeous. I really don't think I've seen any of these coins that we were checking out as of recent. Especially this one. I've never seen that. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this while I am live. Okay, so we're gonna go and type in errors, most important errors. This is what I wanted to show you guys. We need to get these dates in our head. It'll only help you. Washington quarter. You know I'm going to type quarter. Why does it really say quarterback? Oh wait, no. There is this site that has it. It's like the top result, right? We just got to type list in. list. That might have been the one with pictures. Yep. Okay. I want newer. Okay. These are, you can find these, trust me. Maybe not this one, but it's doable, no doubt. MS68. I got a few from like the 40s and the 50s that are almost completely brand new, and I think they would grade out in the 60s if I sent them in. I got a lot of nice coins that are capsuled up that are actually probably worth a lot of money. That were BU, that came in with BU rolls, and he would just mix them in with the junk silver, and he told me he did that too. He's like, yeah, I put him in there. I'm like, wow. He's like, yeah, you can take them all if you want. I got a lot. I'm like, all right, cool. Holy mother of God. Now, if that ain't a perfect rainbow, I don't know what is, you guys. $22,500. You ain't get more lucky than that. Both sides toned beautifully rainbow. God toned this coin. I mean, I just a perfectly toned coin like this. Who else? You know, like, what else other than the nature of this world, rust-wise, coming together to make a perfect, beautiful coin? It just doesn't happen. Sometimes it's literally all this and completely normal on the other side, which is a buzzkill. I mean, you buy a coin like this and you flip it over and you see nothing. This is what you want to see right here. I mean, my goodness. $22,000. Just take my money. Take my $22,000. It's a lot of money for a coin. You'd have to be seriously bullish on collecting and be seriously rich. This is something I think is extremely doable. Not for the D. Apparently, in MS68, this is where it gets to be so expensive. I wonder what previous numbers are worth. Probably incrementally less, but definitely in the thousands. So even if you get into like AU50, you're probably looking at well into about $1,000. I mean, for 1955D. And I know I got some 55s. I separated them because they were really nice and put them in capsules. They look like just like this. They look just like this. Except, now I will say, mine do have minute scratches, which will disqualify anything close from 68. Acknowledging that is the first step right there. Yep. Knowing what you have, or somewhat close, is the key to getting things graded as well. Because then you don't gotta go and see an appraiser to be like, oh, what grade is this, you know, so I can send it to get it graded. That's a hard question to ask, and it's usually just an eyeball, right? If you think you have a BU coin, perfect, no marks, and I have a microscope, anyone can get it. It's very cheap. It's a very cheap microscope, and it works like heaven to identify these things. I mean, type coins. So my microscope will get down to the different types of bird on the Washington quarter. And let me tell you guys, within the next month, we're going to get into that as well. We're going to just dive deep through like all the types. We're going to learn so much on this channel over time. And anybody who pops in and just stays is going to learn so much too. It's just because like as we're just sitting here chilling, looking at these things, it's just like, wow, you know, that's a beautiful strike on this bird. And then you look at 64, and they were cranking them out so much that you can barely see this at all. And there are like 4 different types for 1964, just because of, well, the freezing time, how many dyes they used, so many. Can you imagine, right? They went for about almost into the 70s, and then they said, yeah, we'll give you guys your coins back. We're gonna stop making 1964s now, all right? So they did that, and basically, after all that time, everybody figured out, wow, there are so many. It's like VAMs for 1964. I'll bet you can make a whole encyclopedia on, if you wanted to, I don't want to, if you wanted to, you could make an encyclopedia on basically the different types of dyes and coins that they produced on Washington the same way that Morgans do, it would be a load of hard work. That's what it takes to create an encyclopedia. A massive amount of hard work.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Salty.
For real, man. I really can't believe that, dude. And you know what's crazy is it was on the screen to the right of me, and I was just super encapsulated in these things for a moment. And then I look back and I see it. The microscope is blocking everything important right now. We'll just drag this. Oh yeah, there we go. That's all we need. We got good music playing in my ear. We are just cruising right along this beautiful Saturday evening. Really hope everybody's enjoying it. I really like these streams, and I've started to really understand that visually it does a lot for everybody who wants to be here. It has to. And it does so much for me too. One, it keeps us up to date. Everything that I'm looking at lately is keeping us like incredibly up to date on information, new releases. We don't even have to buy. I don't have to buy anything. You don't have to buy anything. We can quite literally sit here and enjoy the internet, not spend $1. It's beautiful, and we're looking at things that are worth like $20, $30, $40,000 in some cases. That's a night on my in my eyes. A good night. 45S silver quarter. MS68, and that's where it gets body. How do you call that a 68? It is. Deep below, you can see that it's really just the rust that gives it that speckling appearance. Nothing else. These, you can see those fine line, right? That's what I was talking about, how they got finer. One, we use heavier presses and everything, and a lot of tonnage now, so the lines aren't as steep as they were in the 1800s with the dyes. We were looking at the dyes earlier on early 1800s coins, and they have really fine grainy lines on both sides right below the die where it was struck. And you can see, I just think that's amazing that it's like becoming apparent to me what a coin looks like untouched in clean states. So when I get a coin that's clean, I'm going to be like, okay, well, that ain't right. You know? And we're just going to have a lot of live streams where we basically just go and find, let's look at this, cleaned Morgan dollars. That is so valuable. Clean Morgans. And we're just going to see what details we can find on these pictures. Right? Cleaned from ATMEX. Blurry picture. Okay. I'm looking for those fields that actually get really rubbed really badly. We'll find one. Obviously cleaned. That's, dude. If you send it in and they come back with abbreviation OBV, OBV cleaned. I'm sorry, but I'd much rather have, I don't know. It's too long of a word. That's funny. It's like some, like, you know, just like, obviously it's cleaned. Kind of just throwing it back at you, like, why? But seriously, is it obvious? Yeah, almost. Here's where I would say it's obvious, okay? This is where this rubbing starts, right there. Right there. Right here. They tried to get in between, right? They even tried to go around the stars here. You can see. Right here, they tried to go around the stars. Look at that. I can actually tell where they were cleaning. And this was so scratched up field-wise that it didn't get bad right there. They knew not to scratch the death out of the face. You can see the clean marks when you go back. Somebody just kind of tried to get their fingernails on the other side here and run them and get in between there, and they're not perfect. They missed right there and missed right here, and you're not perfect when you're cleaning a coin. So you're gonna have mistakes, and then these people are gonna find them, and now it's gonna say obviously cleaned. I never saw that before. Obviously cleaned. Usually I would just see the word cleaned, right? Obviously and properly cleaned. I can see the rubbing on the face, but not really as bad as the other one. Oh, hell. Now this is where it gets hairy. When you start seeing the fields clean up in random spots, this means somebody sat there and tried to scrub, gave up, realized it was all too fine, gonna be marks anyways, just stop ruining it. Yep. And then somebody shipped it, the next buyer shipped it off to NGC. Unk Details too. That's in New Orleans. This helps me learn because I currently don't understand how these people. I didn't at one point understand how those people were going to be so knowledgeable on the details. These people studied this stuff for years for their love of the coins. This one's cleaned. Now you can see the fields get darker here. Scratches. You're not necessarily going to cause all these scratches by it. They're scratched in general. This is a really fine design and you can't get in between these cracks, so there's always going to be a circle around this, right? In certain lights. This is the only part that you can clean. This helps you guys whenever you're buying coins in the future. You'll be able to actually avoid something with your eyes, which is valuable in my opinion. I've been doing it more and more as I learn. If somebody has something in front of you, you won't even have to argue it a price with them if you see something wrong with it. You can just say you don't want it. You're good. Wow, look at that. Scratches like a devil. Wow. What the hell did that? Who would have done that to a coin? Somebody just sat there and scraped and scraped and scraped and scraped and scraped and then just saw the scratches at the end. That's a tragic story for 1890. Makes me keep click images again, but I just want to look at one more real quick. I'm gonna get a drink, get some water, and get a soda. Three more days and my dog is officially, I think, off the healing train. I can't wait. It's been so odd not being able to go anywhere or do anything, or I have to think about what she's going to do constantly before I leave to go even get food. Like, I used to be able to just take her with me, leave her here, do whatever, let her out the door while I'm live with you guys. I literally just go and let her out the door. She'll go and roam the whole yard, just my yard, and come right back. Look at this. You can see right there where they were rubbing. You can always see, apparently, if you look hard enough. These details will start to stick out to you guys. Especially when you see it like this, okay? It's lighter. This is the chin. Lighter, not enough pressure like this. Lighter in between everything. The raised parts, dark. Everything that's above, dark. Below, frosty and not touched. This is how the coin should look. This is how it does look. If it looked like this all around, it did. They tried to polish it, and yeah, essentially half the value of this coin. Quartered it. Absolute shame. I'm sure people learn their lesson that way with an expensive one. If you have $1,000+ coin and you go and wipe it, you are going to figure it out one way or the other. When you go and try to sell it, when the seller or the buyer gets it and they say, I just sent it off and that wasn't even good, that was cleaned. Like, you sold me a clean coin. That feels like crap. Never had that. I can only imagine that feels like crap. The point is, you really want to just always have, genuine knowledge to the point where you can just like sift through with your eyes and hands, avoid problematic coins before they ever reach your collection, and stick with at least nicer coins or bullion. We're just talking about coins right now, not bullion. There's definitely rare bullion, but at the same time, just coins now. So many subsections to collecting, it's confusing at this point. Now let's see a different design. I'm gonna get my drink after I type this in. I got some beautiful jazz going in my ears, absolutely heavenly. I didn't even put it on, it's just sitting here playing. Why is jazz such a good vibe creator? I mean, you could sit in a club and just like seriously have jazz going, and you could sit there for hours. I would sit there for hours listening to the saxophone and cleaned peace dollar. Now these are going to be all cleaned, every single one of them, and honestly right now I'm kind of scared because they don't look like it. This is going to be much harder to tell you guys, and I'm going to tell you guys why. It's design. I can still tell that these are somewhat cleaned. I can tell that this one's cleaned. We'll get up close on a couple of these and we will see how to tell if a peace dollar is cleaned, which is invaluable. Who's teaching that right now on YouTube? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. That means Oliver's cleaned. Oh, okay, thank you. I really thought it said obviously. Wow, that's insane. Thank you. I sure hope it means offers. I really, really can't imagine they would actually give it back to you and say, oh, this is obviously clean. Why did you send that to me? You know what I mean? Like, that just feels wrong. That's why I said it. I think I thought about it. I'm like, ugh. If you got that back and you saw that, you're going to think, okay, they abbreviated obviously, right? That's what I initially thought immediately. They abbreviated obviously. And then obverse and properly cleaned was the other one. Very cool. And they didn't have enough room because they're all big words. Very cool. Thank you guys. Literally, we're learning together, seriously, and that's the best part about this, man. When you want to learn, it's right there. It's at your fingertips. And for me, I always want to learn, so I'm like, okay, well, no matter what we do, we're going to just have fun or keep some information. And I know people and myself, I love these streams. I love doing them. They effortlessly climb my time right on by through the night. It's just, I get to talk to people, which I wouldn't be doing right now. I wouldn't be talking to anybody right now. I'd be by myself alone. This is why I've been going live lately more often, is that honestly you guys are just becoming my friends, for real. And as chat builds and more people come, you guys are, the earlier ones are going to be helping me moderate and everything, and we don't need it, but we will eventually. Whenever people start coming in that need to be dealt with or whatever, you could just time them out or get them out of here. At a certain point, that'll be something. I already thought about that I thought about that like months ago, and I'm like, I don't need moderators right now, but eventually I might need moderators, and they're going to be the OGs, for real. Anybody who's here all the time and just cares to see things go smoothly. It's interesting to think about, because mainly you don't see people thinking about that ahead of time. Usually it's something that's like going on or overdone. Some people have too many moderators and it just becomes an issue.
That's a beautiful red hue that fades to silver. That is a beautiful red hue. But these are all clean. They're coming up as clean, so someone might have dipped this coin. It has a big circle right there too. Wonder what happened to this coin. It could have been blasted with like a bit of spray paint or something, or they just got a little bit of red, right? Maybe it was just laying there and somebody was working, and next thing you know they realized they painted a peace dollar. What does that come up as? It says MS60 cleaned. Annex. It's red though. So like that just makes me honestly wonder, did they do an acid dip or something and it just like absolutely... An acid dip usually would leave acid marks, but at the very least I think it would make it darker. How would it make it red? How could it make it red? Give me one quick moment, you guys. I need to get a drink and figure this out real quick. Oh, it really had my face off the whole time. I just went to check this. I was going to click it for a second. I didn't realize it had my face off the whole time. I'll turn that back on when I get back in there. Got to turn this heater off because we don't need it. I forgot to get propane and it's cold tonight. I've been using a propane mister heater rather than to burn coal in my house. And it's heating my entire house on these beautiful summer evenings where it's still like in the 40s some nights or 30s. Oh man, dude, I don't even know what song is playing right now, but it's so peaceful and heavenly. I'm gonna have to figure out what song is playing on my phone. It's the same artist, but they have a bunch of good songs, and it sounds like Lana Del Rey almost. I'm honestly thinking it might be Lana Del Rey. It's just beautiful. It's giving me like, what is it? What vibe is it giving me? I'm trying to think of like this, Pat Baker and that girl band from the 80s. I think they sang really good, and they sounded just like this. We've had nothing but rain here for the past 2 days, you guys. Let me know what it's like where you're at, Joseph. Oh my goodness. Refill my cup of water and get some Coca-Cola, and I think I am set for the whole evening. Where the hell? There it is. Looking for my cup. It'd be a really cool world if all these big record companies could still get rich off these music labels and all these people and let us play the music while we're actually live. I think that'd be pretty sick. To be able to play some actual peaceful, good music while I'm live for a moment. Have some real guitar solos. Absolutely just a time, you know. And there's a copyright cutoff, so I could probably go back and play stuff from like the 1900s, but for the most part, you can't play copyright. and get away with it nowadays. It happens immediately and you're copyright struck in. If you're still here, Joseph, what's up? I really appreciate you. Or Salty. One or the other. Someone's still with me, and I appreciate you more than anything. Spending your Saturday night time with me, helping me out. Really appreciate it. Not only do these live streams help me out mentally, but they're helping me out with watch hours, which I just need. Don't know how else to say that. We're lacking on watch hours big time. We're right at subscribers' door. We are right at 1,000, and that's all we need to get monetized. It's Salty. I don't know if you seen my message earlier, but I got a 2016 gold $half. Oh, you got that? The half-ounce gold Centennial Special. Wow! Dude, congratulations. No, I didn't see that, actually. Holy hell. Oh my goodness. How did I miss that? Oh my god. That's the coin that I was looking at, essentially the it's the same thing. Wow. Yeah, 1926 to 2016, I believe. 1926 to 26. Yeah. Yeah. Just a centennial difference. Very fascinating. I love those limited releases, and not only are they gems, I would say, when our mint does that, right? Low mintage. It's probably, I'd imagine your coin, I'd imagine there's less than 30 or 40,000 of them. Let's see how many they made. Just for fun. 2016 W. We're gonna go half. Gold mintage. $70. I was 30 off. Amazing. That's a good guess. That's what I'm talking about, dude. And that's about as low mintage as our mint will ever get. They are never, and they will over time realize that as they lower the mintage, they sell out faster, and then they will correlate, and that's all I want them to do, okay? Like, I just want our mint to see that every other mint is doing things just a slight tad bit different, and the success is great, versus our mint that says they're not making money off anything. And the coins they're not making money off the coins, they say, even though they are. They're profiting off the coins, they just can't make money in general off of the planchets. If our government can't get it any cheaper, and you're already trying to make a penny, right, which is 1 cent, you're already inflated over a penny, well over. They won't admit that. That's the reason they can't make their money back on coins right now, is because if it's so far inflated, how could they? So if you think about that, we're kind of stuck in time with coins right now because our government is in a standstill with wanting to further the progression of the mint. If they furthered the progression of the mint, it would bring a lot of customers worldwide and countrywide, along with myself, and I would bring my channel with it, because, like, one, I'm always on their website. I'm only wishing the best for our government because it's where we live. I don't want anything bad to happen ever, especially when it comes to, like, coins that we're going to see forever. And if you voice things, it seems to put it in the air a little more. Not really for me, but in other channels' cases, where if people start talking about it, it becomes a thing, right? And I would like to think that in certain cases in the future, our channel will be big enough to accommodate that type of push. Now, we might be able to release videos in the future. Say I get 5 or 10,000 people. I've been thinking about this quite often lately. Right now, in the future, my videos are incrementally hitting larger and larger audiences. They were, and they will be. And so when I hit a home run like that with a video, or
multiple times per month sometimes, where I would get like 2 to 4 thousand views on one single video, and I only have 900 subscribers. That's almost times and a half my view count. Now, if you do the math and you go to 5 or 10,000, we're going to be hitting roughly 20 or 30,000 in some cases, or more, depending on my consistency and quality and everything. By then, yeah, no telling where the videos are going to go. I really like being able to put them together this way, though, because it allows me to search for things. It allows me to look for coins. I spent the whole day today pretty much going through almost 300 Washington quarters to make that video. It was like 2 or 3 minute video, and I sat there sifting through my BU rolls, going under the microscope with every single one, looking for errors, and that's just one video. And if I did it any differently, and say I actually filmed it like in sections, and I had to like put it together as a video, put the clips together, and then say I had to narrate on top of that and then add clips, it would be a lot. But eventually we're going to be adding drone clips, drone shots of outside where I'm at. You're going to see me, I'm going to basically take off. I like the drone shots where you're like taking off out of your hand, and we'll have that going sometimes. We're going to have sunset, sunrise shots, beautiful, majestic. I'm going to learn how to fly and photograph the sky, or video the sky. And I'm a photographer at heart, and once I get smooth with the controls on a drone, say I get smooth and I can turn really nice and I can like go really smooth and have some battery life and not be afraid of wrecking it in the air. Once that's done, I can actually implement really beautiful shots into the videos. We're going to be out in the woods. We're going to be at old ancient grounds with metal detectors in the future. We're actually going to be finding things in the future, you guys. That's the thing. Once I get a better metal detector, I have a very old, outdated metal detector that I've been attempting to use each time I go, rather than to just pay the $100 and get an up-to-date one that actually has sounds and frequencies for metals. I could learn the frequency and be like, oh, that's gold. That's worth my time. That's not worth my time. All from the sound that it makes. That's a new one versus an old one. So it's like, yeah, we're going to be there. The channel is going to basically naturally come full term, I would say, into full quality. And you guys are going to see every step of the way. From a few of you, a table in my room, a tiny little table, to now a full PC setup and moving further. I just can't wait. And we have the basics down for the software, and that's all I need to keep on moving. I really appreciate you, everybody, Joseph, Salty, anyone. And congratulations, my brother, on this, dude. That's a hell of a buy, dude. If the coin shop had that, yeah, it would be a little more, but I would buy it in a heartbeat. It's the 100th anniversary Walking Liberty commemorative. I love it. I gave somebody in my family a 1/4 ounce of gold for a birthday one year. 1/4 ounce. And I think I remember what American Silver Eagle it is. ASE gold, and it was a 2008, I want to say. Let's see what this is. Vintage. That's a low mintage coin as well. I remember getting this 1/4 ounce from Money Metal, and it was a backdated one. I think it was an 08 or an 07. Can't remember. A very odd date though. And yeah, they look at this. 1999. Wonder what the date. Oh, I wonder what the number is on that one. It was just telling me This thing is so helpful. It does the digging. I don't have to do it barely ever anymore. It's so helpful. I mean, it just. This mixed with ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT monthly at this point. I love it. It's constantly helping me get through computer stuff and everything that I don't understand. Wow. Just look at that number difference. Check that out. 564,000 in 1999. Am I seeing something? Hold on. The ask price for a 1 ounce eagle. Oh, it's just telling me obviously that it would be a quarter of the price. Wow. Thank you for that information. Check this out. That's gorgeous that it's doing this. I love that. It gives me current information. Now I wonder. Oh, it was just saying that it perfectly depicts the U.S. Pride. I thought that it was saying something about its mintage. That's why I was confused when it said 500,000. Look at the difference though, and that was actually in 1999. And we're looking at gold, and they're making 70,000 now, dude. That's killer. Not only is that killer, it's better in a better direction, I would say. You just rather than them make 500,000, 70,000, 50,000. I'm cool with that. It helps because when you're holding it, the lower the mintage, the faster the value rises. And once I realized that, it hurt to realize that, because then I'm like, okay, well, I can't just focus on low mintage items, because then you're gonna lose money either way eventually. Because if you have to sell in any current year, you're not waiting for it to rise value. So, yeah, spread my wings nice and far with the stacking. I feel like it was the only way for me, because I personally like everything, and I can't seem to focus on any single one item. Many people can just stack American Silver Eagles or gold. One item. Generic all day. Some people can just stack the same coins. All the same coins and not be upset about it one bit. And dude, they have the most liquidable stack you could possibly imagine. They can go and get cash for any item any day and get pretty close to where they need to be. No questions asked. And that's what you want the most when you're going to be a metal seller or buyer, is that when you want to sell, you don't want to have to give a spiel about how rare it is. You just don't. No one does. I don't want to have to go down to a coin shop and be like, yeah, I got 30 of these coins, and I bought up a fraction of the population. I don't know how many there are, but there's not a lot, you can tell. Show them the market and all this, and have to do this or that, and then, get a few dollars more per coin. It's one of those things that you would much rather just have generic or something along those lines, so that you can walk in the door, it's recognizable, and there's no negotiation. Spot price. Now, if they're giving you below, then you're going to have to negotiate regardless, because my local coin shop quite literally told me, at any given point in time, any single item that I sell you, I will buy back at spot price, gold or silver. So I have a constant assurance that I have money anytime, any way that I need it. And I don't have to go and cash it in. That's the best part. When you know that you can, or where to go, that's the first step. I had to figure out a place to buy or sell locally. Selling back to APMEX or Money Metals isn't the way. It is if you don't want to talk to somebody and get personally a better deal. When you go faceless and you pick online, you're gonna accept losses. Every minute corner, you're gonna accept pennies on the dollar, cents on the dollar losses, and they add up. Or it's a lot, you know, or dollars. You don't want to lose money, and it's one of those things that if you do it right, you don't lose money really. You only can get it back in some cases or more. But then I was always watching channels that would tell me what to buy, or how to buy, or when to buy, or try to panic me into buying, and I'm just like, well, that's not a good idea, because like, I'm not a good buyer. I'm not a good panic buyer. If I think it's a panic buy, I will literally wait another 2 months. So I'm never going to be, I don't think you're ever going to see me, you know, if I get a sponsor or something like that in the future, you know, it would be something that I actually would use or like or something like that, but that would be so far down the line. There's going to be nothing like that. No. There's going to be no false advertising either. What you get is what you get with me. What I think is fascinating is how some of these mints have a more yellow, and this is what I've seen in India. Now if we go and check out, right, I'm gonna go and prove my point with that. India's yellow, they actually love gold so much that they have multiple different kinds of yellow like we do, but it's very distinctive on their walls. Indian yellow, gold. And look at how many different kinds there are. It's like the yellowest stuff you've ever seen in your life. That's 22 karat. It's usually a lesser purity. And check this out. This is what I'm talking about. Why is Indian gold so yellow? I found the answer on YouTube a while back. This is just asking the question that I'm also asking and showing you guys. Their gold is beautiful, but what it contains is just other metals. Like when you make a yellow gold, you can make gold any color. I've seen Trax NYC pull out the purple gold, and naturally gold exists in purple, right? But let's look at purple natural gold, right? Just to blow you guys' mind. Purple natural gold, right? And just look at this. That's diamonds, so we need gold. Purple gold. Beautiful deep purple with gold specks. I don't know what that thing is. Rocks with gold flecks? Is that what that really is? Now let's see if Trax made a product out of that. Because we just saw the availability and it's not really anything to be upset about or happy about. It's not there. For some reason there isn't chunks of this purple gold like they're talking about it existing. But then, if you go to find his video, it's on here. He made something with purple gold, and it was a pendant like this, right? But it had purple, and they made it in their foundry with it was a rose gold mixture, but it had aluminum in it, and that is exactly why. That's why Libertas is where it's at. Yeah, dude, I completely agree, man. I honestly I can't single-handedly focus on any single coin, but man, if I were to, it would be Libertad's, man. It would be something along that line, man. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I'm trying to find this gold piece of gold that he made, right? Look at this. There it is. There's purple gold. I had to take a second to even find it. And I don't know if this is even real, but that's what it looks like, okay? If you get the gold right, if you get the temperature right and the cooling process right, it's got aluminum in it, it's got gold in it, it's got the rose gold, Trax made the purple from an aluminum. Yep, that's what I thought. I really thought that, dude. I'm like trying to picture what the other ones are now. It was like a It was literally rose gold with aluminum, if I'm not mistaken, from what I remember. And if not, it's like he explained it pretty well when they were making it. It's funny that like isn't really available online. First images purple gold casting experiment. Now look, that's what this is called. So, if it's not that available, only a couple people are doing it, like tracks in certain places. That's the color it really is. Is a real deep dark hue. I would like to see it naturally occurring. Natural. They said it was something real. I'm really trying to get to the bottom of that. There's the picture of it, what we were just looking at. Okay, we need to go and read up real quick, Copilot. How does it and does it? Oh, I gotta check my phone real fast too. I gotta see if my mom is done playing poker yet. I need her to watch my dog for a split second while I get a shower. How does purple gold? Oh, it just mixes with aluminum naturally, right? I just answered my own question while I was asking the question. It just goes, it finds the things that make it that way in a controlled experiment, and it does it in nature. This is why asking questions is incredibly valid. The first purple gold Jesus piece, and that's what it was. Jesus piece. There it is. And honestly, look at how brittle it looks like if you don't get it mixed right. It does look like a mahogany almost. In some cases, redder. We lose the thumbnail whenever I click that. It goes to video mode. But look at how sick that looks. It actually has a rose gold hue, and it barely has a purple. But it's got it. I mean, now look at this. The world's first purple gold Jesus piece. So I guess it's specifically the Jesus piece that makes it his first thing like that. It's 19 karat. Wow. Pure gold and aluminum. That's all it is. Now that I remember it, it wasn't anything else. It's a difficulty of mixing it because there's such a difference between the metals. That is awesome. Have you ever seen Aztec Sunstone? Yes. Oh my goodness. Let's look at that real quick. Yes. Oh my goodness. I was just looking at that the other day. Aztec Kilo. I just saw this and came across it the other day. I was absolutely mind blown, dude. Woo! Could you imagine? And they got the proof coin right here. Look at this. Plata Pura, $100, 2019, for the Aztec calendar. Look at how trippy that is. It's so crazy how anything from the past, it really does supersede our design, complexity-wise, symbolism-wise. If you just step back and look at this coin in multiple different ways, you start seeing random patterns and stuff over and over again. And I mean, we got pyramids, pyramid. I'm just trying to read this because it's going so symbolic. I can't really. This might be a better one. 2-ounce Aztec calendar silver round. Now this is a classic rip, generic round, but just look at the design on the back of that thing. My goodness. This is their own design for what is clearly very similar. Wow. They had the pyramids. Look at this. They got the pyramids. Ooh, that's sketchy. And they changed the middle up just ever so slightly with this face. Is the rest the same? Pretty much. Talk about a pretty quick copy. I guess all you gotta do is minutely change a few things or take a word off, and it's now a new item. That's what Daniel Carr does, and that's why every coin that he's ever made is not counterfeit. People have asked that question in the comments. I've even had people argue with me on it, saying how he's a counterfeiter. Don't even matter if it doesn't count. He's a counterfeiter. And I'm like, no, he's not. Because if you think about it, he's creating things that they won't do, wouldn't do, couldn't do, whatever the case may be. And all he would do, okay, is take off, lay, put his initials, change this. No, he'd keep that, do a couple minor changes, keep the whole coin. And that is what most of these designers are doing nowadays. Changing a couple minute details and just reflipping it. Because it's a whole new item at that point. This is a state-governed coin based on all the key features, and when you take key features away, it then becomes this, where it's almost, well, beautiful. I would be never upset about this. One, it's probably cheaper. I'd much rather have the real thing, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is cool. The fact that they actually, like, I guess, copied the Libertad's design. If I'm saying that right. It's not cool that they did that, but it worked. We've got a 2-ounce. And I know they make a different sized, because we're looking at a kilogram here. Could you imagine? I need a round kilogram round. Or coin. These are coins. That one was a round. Yeah. I still confuse the difference, and I know the difference. I can't imagine how confusing it is for somebody who's like brand new to the hobby, having someone correct them even in a store, saying, "Oh, that's a round," or that's a coin, and being like, "What the hell's the difference?" Yep, it's that if it has all these government features on it, like dates, dollar signs, and these defining numbers or letters, yep, that's where you're gonna have a coin. And when it looks like it could be something that is extremely generic, either way, and I mean, this is an $89 coin. Look at this. Gen price, 1 ounce. So this is somebody's design of that Aztec design. That's cool. What is this? Look at that raised design. 2021. Australian kilo. If that's real, that's insane. I really think that coin's amazing. Holy. Type Sunstone Stacker. Okay. If I'm seeing that right. Sunstone Stacker. Let's see what that looks like. Oh wait, yeah, hold on. This is gonna be awesome, isn't it? Aztec Sunstone. Oh my gosh. Antiqued. Oh my gosh. The raised design, that's exactly what we were just looking at. Wow. Look at that. I'm just wondering, like, these are really fine dots all over. And I mean, like, there, everywhere, right? So if this is a minted coin, what pressure does it take to create these tiny circles like that everywhere? I'd say that's a security feature in its own self. All these lines. If a counterfeiter were to try to create this, you're going to have bleeding everywhere. It's not going to be the same, right? That is insane. Look at the different colors. Oh, we're going into Etsy. That's no bueno. Because what is even that? What are the green ones? Beautiful large malachite sunstone. Are you surreal? Wow. Honestly, to have a big sunstone carved out of malachite would for $67. I mean, that seems like it's probably not real. It might not be real. Let's be real here, because I'll show you guys malachite, and let's see here if this looks like malachite to you guys. Even if it's carved like that, if you I don't know what malachite carves like. It looks like it's a velvety texture. It should still have that shine or sheen to it. Let's look at this. This is one of my growing favorites, right? Malachite. I hope I spell it right. It's a carbonate mineral. Okay. Okay, it does go to rock. So it's not like... It can be carved. But wouldn't it have those lines? If that thing that we were just looking at was carved out of malachite, wouldn't it have these lines and all these beautiful characteristics that malachite should have? That's what I don't like about Etsy. Things are overpriced and you really don't know what you're getting. You're buying from somebody who might be lying all day, every day. Because this is malachite. Look at that. All these unpredictable circles carved into an Aztec stone. I mean, that's art in its own sense, but they called it malachite. And I'm looking at malachite here, and that's not correlating with me. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, almost. And I say that quite often. I guess the world is so beautiful, I just can't help but appreciate it in, like, word term. In word form. You know? I'm sitting here just looking at the wonders of the world, and I can't help but be in awe. Because these lines don't go away when you're carving, ever. They're through to the bone, the center, the core. That's amazing. I didn't know it looked that good in rock form, carved form. I didn't know it looked that amazing, because if you look at it in its natural state, let's go and look at raw malachite. This is where it really blows me away. What was I seeing? Oh yeah, this is it. It gets really trippy like this, and it has almost like a mushroom fungusy look to it as it grows, but then it gets real deep. And some malachite is perfect. At the Arizona Gem Show, it gets near perfection, I would say, like this. Let me look at that. Can I look at that? Okay. Look at that. Little buttons. It's beautiful. And what's crazy is that carves down to a rock, which is just mind-blowing. And look, it has all its layers and everything. Malachite slice. Damn, we're hitting all kinds of different websites. Good thing I have really good protection on antivirus. It will tell me in a split second if we get something. Wow. That's insane. And this is why I really wanted to cut certain materials. You can buy them in bulk off eBay in big chunks and then make things out of them like this if you do it right. And that's what I want to do in the future. I plan on doing it just to have slices of this stuff randomly to give away. Imagine me giving like a bread-sized slice of this stuff to somebody in a giveaway. Just like this. This is what this man did. And it's so gorgeous you could stare at it for days. Specifically this type, wow. Where those bumps and stuff go around. It's so cool. I mean, look at that. Wow. Can't. I have two of those. $3.33. That's amazing, dude. Congratulations. That's a hell of a buy. I don't think you could get any better. $3.33. You see what they're doing recently. I figured this out within the last week. I didn't realize they were doing it. They were making the mintages the years that they were commemorating. So that nowadays, when the Perth Mint makes something, say they're trying to commemorate somebody that did something in 1964. They're going to put them on that, and they're going to use the mintage as the commemorative date, so that when you see the mintage, you get excited. It's low because it's always like 1,000 or so, and basically, it's really cool. We've never done that. The mint, I could barely ever see it. They've never correlated a mintage with. It would have to be so low they would never do that. They don't go into the thousands, our mints, but they should. If they went into even the tens of thousands sometimes, we're seeing 70 with gold, but that's gold. They don't sell that many. They barely sell out of their gold each year, but they do. We barely sell out of our gold. That's why the West Mint makes least amount of gold or platinum items, and that's why their palladium is $1,900 right now. It will cost $2,000 to buy an ounce of palladium from the government right now, U.S. Mint, or you can go to Money Metals and get it for $9-something, $9.90, $1,000, $1,050. You're gonna save $900, have the same ounce of metal, and be a pretty happy camper. And that's what I like to see. Me or anybody else, a happy camper. Not regretting purchases at all. Look at all these bullion companies. I've never seen Swan Bullion, Provident Metals. There's metal companies all over our country. And they're all really big to exist in this fashion right now. They've already superseded and continuously made sales over the years, even through the hard times. And that's just amazing to me. You've never heard of a precious metal company really running out of business. They grow so fast. They turn into banks, depositories, or ATMEX, which is basically Walmart for precious metals. You turn into Walmart for precious metals, where you're like the biggest. I don't know anyone bigger than ATMEX. There might be a couple small. There's bigger depositories that are low name and do such high numbers they don't need the advertising at all. Those people exist. I don't know who they are. Let's look at some random kilo bars real quick. I'm gonna get my phone and see if my mom messaged me. Random kilo silver coin. Lay down, bub. I'll be right there. There in a second, hon. Actually, she's so healed up at the point that she could probably jump off there and it wouldn't hurt her. She did it today earlier and I caught her. I'm like, please don't do that. Do you really want to rip your stomach open by accident? Wow. Look at these kilo. That's a reverse-proofed kilo 2022. The Australian government. Australian wedged-tailed eagle. And honestly, if you were to not put that up there, sadly, I would think that it was a bald eagle, but then I would realize maybe that it wasn't. It's got these points, and I'm like, it could be a different eagle, but first look, when you see a bird like this, you think bald eagle nowadays. Well, aside from when you look at kooks, the kookaburras are the one thing that show, okay, we're gonna put this little tiny bird on here. It don't have to be an eagle. It's our songbird for the state. It's gorgeous, and we're gonna use it in every coin. Which this is my favorite design by them so far. It's rounded, beautiful lettering. That's the type of lettering I would draw myself. So I would use this artwork myself to create a coin. And the only problem that I would have is getting the birds to look as real as that. But I could probably definitely draw this one. No doubt in my mind I could recreate this entire coin right now. Front to back. They are really good at putting the koalas and everything on there. You see, we just used the eagle, past designs, a buffalo man. We don't use animals. Now, we don't necessarily have too many animals that aren't something that came from somewhere else. I'm sure the story is the same if you go deep with these ones too. They probably came somewhere else as well. They're being used on the coins though. Now, we use the bald eagle. It's America's eagle. So what else is our animal? We have other animals. Every state has animals, so our nation has animals. We could pick a couple others. Look at how cool that looks. Jeez. We could pick different animals and roll with it, and I think it would look awesome. I think it would be awesome. Like, we could use different birds or snakes or, horses. I'd love to see more horses. That's SD Bullion. And this is Australian. Look at that. Oh, that's Chinese, actually. Why is that in there? Because they all work together. The Perth Mint, and yeah, they all released coins under the same face on the back with the king. Even these ones, I believe. It took me a minute to figure that out when I first started stacking what the Perth Mint was, and basically why they would sell coins with Chinese coins all the time. But it's just how each government works together, I would say. We don't really do that with too many, but other governments are actually coexisted together with coins to the point where it's confusing who and where the face is on what coin. For instance, I've had this issue before where I'd be looking at a Canadian coin or a Brit coin, and it all has the king on it, or the queen, right? And then I'll go and look at the Perth Mints, and that's Australia, and it has the queen. So I started correlating, okay, now the queen is on every coin. And then I figured out, okay, she really is on almost every coin. She's the one the most. There's nobody who's on more coins than the queen. Yeah, I'm not going to make this a long one. I'm just going to make this a good one, you guys. I am going to get my phone real quick, and we're going to see. I'm going to stay on here for a minute until I figure out. She said she was playing till like 11 o'clock. This chair is not comfy, but it really is good for sitting here upright and good posture. Posture's not comfy. I got this blue chair behind me for gaming and stuff like that, and personally, it's so comfy. Oh, just lean back in that thing, and I'll kick my feet up, and we'll be live from that blue chair some of these days in the coming week. Yes, sir. I'm gonna see if she's ready. Ouch. Hold on, Bubba. Please don't jump down. Please don't jump down. Give me 1 second. Ouch. My leg hurts. Dude, everything starts to hurt when you get old. Wow. Why is that really happening? I guess it's gonna get a million times worse, too. Yeah, they're not done yet. Okay. Then we have a few minutes to just relax and just BS, honestly, dude. Really appreciate you staying with me, Salty, this entire time and keeping chat rolling, bro. I really appreciate that, dude. Not only will more people come and make it easier for that in the future, but
yeah, it's like every time somebody does it, even naturally or just to help, it really does help. This is beautiful. They really got that down pack. Kilo coin, and it's literally valuable. Like, I would say, in most cases, if you were to get the kilo coin, the mintage is going to be insane on them, insanely low. Cause like, how many of those are they going to make? You know, it's a lot of weight. Versus an ounce, you got all those ounces in there, 1,000. That's a lot. That's 1,000 times difference. So yeah, they would have the mintage adjusted for that. And the price is most definitely rising, like, really differently on these. You can't imagine what these things, owning a kilo of these would be like. Especially backdated, especially if you're getting into the 90s or the 80s. Boy, oh boy. And dude, if they were doing it that far back into like the early 2000s or before, props to them, because we still haven't created a damn kilo. I mean, yeah, we got generic 1,000 ounce bars and everything for the mints and the depositories to switch our money around and stuff, or for banks to buy the metal themselves. But we don't have anything government coin wise like this that's large scale like that. I want that bad. Dude, I want a kilo coin so bad for our government. I mean, let's be real. Let's look it up and see. Okay? I don't even know what to search for that, okay? United States. Okay. United States kilo coin. And let's just see what the hell comes up, okay? History of the dollar. And that's 300 euros foreign. And this is anything other than what our mint would make. Scottsdale, they're on it. They got every size imaginable. This is the problem that I'm seeing currently, is that our mint does not make things like this, okay? Cool things like this, stackable things like this. Doesn't even have to be physically stackable. Just what one would want to buy. You understand? Like, and honestly, no, don't get me wrong. The coins and the designs that they create are amazing sometimes. I give them credit and props every time I see a design. Like 3 days ago, there was a design that I saw, 2 days ago, and it blew me away. So they're doing things somewhat right on these coins still. They're not doing wrong by coins. I'm saying that, for instance, if all these private mints have already figured out that doing these big or small, in some cases fractional, dividing on it, it doesn't have to be that small. You don't have to go to grams. I'm just saying, to do other things like make a B series and put predators on it from the early 16, 15, 1400s, like mammoths and everything on your coin, people are going to buy the hell out of those coins, you guys. And I'm not going to lie, wouldn't it be great to see our mint do a release and have it go so good that they continue to change coins from that point on? Now, what if they had a really eureka moment where they do it once or twice and they see, damn, that sold out instantly. What are we going to do? And then somebody decides, okay, we should probably lower the mintage on certain items, pass it in Congress if we have to, because that's what they're going to have to do. Right now, our mint is obligated to make certain things no matter what. The Morgans, the Peace, commemoratives randomly, they're obligated to do it. They're obligated to commemorate history in the past, and they have to no matter at what cost. So, I'm just saying, why not profit off of it? And that's what these other mints are doing, and it's mind-blowing that we haven't done that yet. And I pointed it out on stream 2 days ago, and I'll continue to probably point it out, you guys, because, like, it's like, if you go back and forth from the websites, you got United States Mint, Perth Mint, and then the Royal Mint right here, you would see the difference that I'm speaking of, and it's broad. I would say it's a night and day difference on the website, on the delivery, and on the advertisement of coins. It is absolutely mind-blowing what physically a small change or two would do for the sales of our mint.
Realizing that, sorry, I'm looking for something. Realizing that the other day, and within the past few months, it's been hard for me to not say it. I know that we could do a lot better. They have the designers to do it too. They don't even need anything. They have everything. Maybe they need a new website. That's about it. Maybe. You don't really need a new website. You just need to change it up a little bit. It'll feel new. I appreciate your patience. I stay live so long that I usually just have to go to the bathroom or get a drink or something. Take care of her every now and then. Lately it's been one of those things. Look at the Comstock coins. I will. Which ones? The I'm missing that word. Hold on. Let me see what you said. Damn, dude, that's awesome. The Comsco kilo. I'm gonna type that in. Let me see what's up with that. That sounds interesting. Comsco. We got. Did you? Is there? Oh, is it Costco? Hold on. Is it Costco or Comsco? We got the Australian Kooks. I can't seem to find what that is. The Queen's Beast. See, this is where they started, but look at where they're at, man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is the Beast series. It's a whole series they created, and I wonder how much money they made off of these coins, you guys. It's probably an absolute ton. I mean, seriously, like, it's probably hundreds of millions of dollars off of one single series, man. The Beast series. I got these coins. Not this one, but oh, this is amazing. Can you imagine having that one? That's really symbolic. They got a dachshund up in this. What? They got a dog, a dragon, bird, a unicorn, a bull, an eagle, a ram, a lion, and a horse. And another, well, lion. That's a big lion. Either that or that's a ancient lion. If I ever seen one. Bigger, hairier. Either that or that's just two different lions. Either or, man. Wicked. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Comsco Kilo Stacker. Okay. I had it right. Comsco Kilo Stacker. Let's see. I figured the website would have popped up even if I typed it right though. Yeah, dude, that shit ain't coming up, brother, man. We are looking at pallet jacks. How is that even possible? Did we type that in and get all pallet jacks? That just blew my mind. Never had that happen in my life. And then we got a random McDouble right there. Ah! What the hell? Yeah, dude. What is going on with that? Comsco. I'm typing it right. What? Why would that not come up? We have... Now let me just type in... precious metals and see what the hell comes up with that. Not even a website. Costco. See, that's the first thing that I could honestly correlate with that. Comsco, dude. There we are. It was a K, brother man. It was a K. Sorry. That's what was going on. Took me a second there. Oh, there we are, dude. K and all the difference. And then we got the whole damn... It should have popped up at least. South Korea shield. Oh my god, you see that? Comsco silver collection. Now I'm seeing Comsco. Look at that. Dude. Okay. There we are, right? Is that serialized? 14. Wow. Could you imagine getting a really low serial number like that? Seriously, though? On any bar? That would be like hitting a lottery ticket for anything. Especially like on a dollar bill or a $10 or $50 bill. Absolute lottery net right there. You could just flip that for well over the profit of the bill at this point. That's awesome. Stackable. I gotta get more. I love Scottsdale. I really do. You know, I haven't gotten into like the Valcombi or anything. I really like Swiss Valcombi. And honestly, look at this. They have Academy. I think this would be considered premium, considering the $3,100 price. But for the most part, generic might even be stackable nowadays with the design. It'll just, for instance, we'll find some here that are just generic. A lot of these would be considered close to generic, but Bangalore, that's a old refinery. This is an old refinery. Old refinery / depository at this point. Scottsdale is pretty relatively. They got older bars though. They had their casting period, just like everyone. I love cast bars more than anything. It's what I cherish. My big bar is cast, and you can see the pores. You can see the single-handed pores on everything. It's beautiful, dude. It's literally some of the most gorgeous. And can you imagine owning an Engelhard bar? Like, seriously, they are practical, toned, indefinite beauties. And I don't have one. I don't have one. The Ganesha stack or kilo. Oh, I'll check that out too. Thank you, man. Helping me keep this rolling too. The Ganesha. I like checking out certain things, and honestly, what's on your guys' radar is seriously what I like looking at too. It helps keep us all in the loop, you know, on what we're all looking at. Ganesha stack or kilo. Wow. Provident Metals. In for a treat on this one. Yes, we are. Gee, my goodness, man. Are you kidding me? Now let's just do a quick search because that just blew my top. Information on Ganesh. I guess that's how my brain works. I'm always learning, so it's like it's just storing stuff up there. It's Hindi. That's exactly what we're looking at. Okay. It's a 10-day Hindi festival that marks the birth of the elephant-headed deity Ganesha. Wow, it's a god. That's a god. Prosperity and wisdom. That's amazing. We got full Hindi writing that we could probably even translate, matter of fact. That's so crazy how nowadays we have translate to the point where we could just copy and paste and like get a full translate on even scripture from the past or even in just foreign language. If I really wanted to, I could go and just look up really awesome scripture and get a full translate, a modern translate with GBT, like within 5 minutes. Whole book almost, probably. It'll do a lot. That's very cool. Man, look at some of these. This is what I'm talking about. This guy's unboxing one right here on. That's really cool. We're sitting here watching a YouTube video from Google just by me sitting here on a preview. Now that's cool. The internet has come far. Got a lot of things running in the background. I'm glad my computer can handle it too. I can't seem to slow it down. It really, as long as I keep videos deleted off of it and the memory up, it runs perfectly. Wow, dude. Polished. Look at that. Rough. Wonder what made that one part rough. Maybe it would have been temperature. If it was colder and say this one was just like a perfect temperature and cooled really fast or slow or whatever the case may be. Maybe this cooled too fast. Yeah, that's the first pour. Cooled and it must have been cold or whatever. And then it might have gotten it warmed back up and it was perfect. Whatever the case may be, that stuck true on that bar. And I love just sitting there thinking about that type of stuff. What that was. That's definitely a second pour. 10 troy ounces. They must have did 5 and 5. Looks like half and half. Maybe a little less. Oh my lord, dude. Oh my lord. I can't get over the fact that I probably for decades won't have a 10-ounce bar of gold. One, it's just such a large amount, and it's plus $20,000, so it's like really hard to get. It's above the threshold amount that the government allows you to ever spend, and really, I'd say these 10 ounces and above are really just for people above a certain tax bracket, I would say. What was Sal? I think he had a 80 gram, if I'm not mistaken, an 8 or an 80 gram. I can't remember. It might have been 80. 80 gram, and he was trying to get 100, I think, or I can't remember what it was. I think it was 10 ounces, and he might have been looking for 8 ounces. Yeah, that's what it was. And it was gold. Oh my lord, look at this tiny little 2-ouncer. See, we look at coins how round and thin they are, but when you get a little chunky, it gets small, man. Man, I can't get over some of this stuff, dude. We just be sitting here having a good old time on Google. That's the best thing in the world to me, man. That's the best thing in the world. I wonder what year Engelhard first bars. Let's see what year their first bars were, just for fun, shits and giggles type of thing. Okay. All Engelhard. That's it. That's the question I had. Let's see if it has dates. I've never been on Engelhard's website, dudes. Look at this, man. Lowest mintage to above. 100 or less. Wow. And this is their first. Some of their first pours. Very lightly struck. You can see how it's not perfect. It's not perfect. They were going one. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. It's not perfect. This one is slightly above where it should be. Love it. And look at that, 10,000. Let's look at the number rise. 59,000 within the second creation. 17,000 mintage, 1,000. And then they got strictly controlled, right? As time went on. As time goes on, they figured out very quickly, right? We don't need to do this many because that's too many. So they basically strictly controlled from there on out every mintage of their bars. Look at this. And every now and then, as it was producing and they were able at certain points, bigger production run back to 500. Wow. Look at how cool some of these bars look, dude. Refiners and Assays, Engelhard Industries of Canada Ltd. Very cool. Look at the reds on some of these, you guys. Oh my lord. Man, I can't believe some of this stuff. I really can't. Rough finish. 5,000, 10,000. Now this is when they're getting big, and the money's there, right? You seen what happened right there. That was really what happened after a big production run, and they went really big. They go big every now and then. Look at this, 20,000. And ever since then, we're looking at around that until this. And now we got steady numbers. Blank with a border. Believed to have been produced from 1975 to 80. Oh man, I haven't even seen these yet. I was just looking at the mintage. That's crazy. This actually has the history of every single one of these bars on Engelhard. And it goes the whole way down. That's killer. 5,000, 10,000, 50,000. Look at this. Now you can't tell me this ain't obvious. Alright. As production scales up, holy moly. Now, let's see what the story is on this one. 800,000. Where'd you go? Right there. All these cereals. And that's just to break up 800,000 into like somehow this much sometimes or this much, and it all equals 800,000. That was their way of creating different cereals. And it's honestly confusing. PB, PB, all these E, PE, PE, PD, PD, C, C, B. That's their way of going down the line and making that many. Our mint basically just said, hey, we're going to make a up into the millions, and if we need a second letter, we'll use it. And it worked. And our mint basically figured out, okay, we could scale up production and not deal with all these absolute numbers and letters. Let's read the story. Change from a serif font to sans serif. Okay, so they changed the font. Oh, that's why it's nice and angled. Apparently, few survive smelting, but some have a single letter prefix and some have a space between the prefix. Very cool. And that's when it became commercial. We just saw that actually happen before our eyes. Okay. And now they go right back to their roots, 100,000. See, this is where the money's at, you guys. These sell out instantly because anyone realizes that it's worth their money investing. And people will go out of their way to put their money in the bank for that. And that's what you need to do as a mint, is make people want something enough that they will go out of their way to buy it from you. And it does take a lot of effort sometimes. But this low mintage covers almost every bit of the effort. If every mint figured this out, especially ours, boy, I'm literally watching the mint. I'm watching it happen before my eyes, and I'm realizing that, look at this, 10! Are you kidding me? Boxed London logo. Let's look at that picture. It's not going to get any bigger. That's amazing. Have you ever seen a piece of silver look like that? I wish I had a bunch of Engelhards. People will pay. Dude, I'm telling you, man. Can you imagine what somebody will pay for this? What the hell would the price be on 10, dude? Let's go and copy and paste this. And let's see what the price is. I'm curious. And we can probably try eBay. So we'll try eBay first and just see if we can find it on the market. And if not, we'll go to like private and any other corporation that might have one from just to get a price on it. I'm very curious now. Shit, you ain't never gonna find that on here, I don't think. Mintage of 10. You'd have to actually scale it up to the maximum price would probably be like, we'll call it 50,000. I ain't even gonna do that, dude. What is it literally worth? Alright, well then we gotta go back. Okay. Go back. And we'll get rid of that. And we'll paste. Price. Now we just gotta go shopping and just see if anybody has it anywhere. And this is what I'm talking about. It's so rare. I think the owners of the own company don't have them anymore. We are looking at something that is so rare that I think it may only be talked about right here. Or, for instance, the owner of this company, Engelhard, may have 3 of these in a safe somewhere. Think about that. He might actually have the lowest mintage. Because, like, think about it. Who else is going to have this low of a number? The owner. Somebody who's so well invested they were there. Got it passed on to them by the person from the previous times. And that would be the guy who is currently running this company right now. Boy, look at that mintage go up. 400,000. And then we got gold. Stick and click to 100. But we got 500 right here for silver. See, they realized that they had a proof-like frosted detail. The serials are authenticated. Confirm the shape and the weight. Beautiful design. That's like the new IGR design. So right, cool. My IGR bar has these things going down at an angle. It's just like this. IGR. It's literally what they did, but with IGR. Okay? And the other side looks like this. It's serialized. It has the logo, this exact thing, and then IGR. One way or the other, right there or there. It's the same thing. So I'm thinking mid-2000s is where my IGR bars came from. I have them right here. Now check this out. Now I'll show you the similarity right now on this kilo that I have here. Look at the design similarities on this IGR. It goes down the same exact way. And then look at this side. Look at how similar it is. I mean, from fineness to weight to the top design having a circle just like that. They're done finally playing. Okay, she's coming in. Perfect timing. We've been live for a while. I don't even know. I don't keep track anymore. I just vibe with you guys. As you do with me. Honestly, much appreciated, you guys. Wow. It's interesting to watch the design of stuff change, okay? This is what I'm noticing. This, look at this. These were made from 81 to 85. Look at that. That's a really old design. So nothing is new, I'm starting to learn. The things that we think are new or somehow modernized are actually designed from something old. This is mind-blowing to me. No matter what I always end up concluding, I always end up coming to the conclusion that it seems like past designs always reign true in the future. And we somehow twist it into beauty and, honestly, get it confused with modern. Because if you go down here, I don't think we're getting newer as we go on. We might be. Yes, we are.
Somewhat. $250. Look at this. That was discovered in 2016. It was produced by Engelhard Sheffield Smelting. So they had a bunch of different places that they used for smelting, and that was one of them. Third series Australian bar. That says Australia. Huh. Look at that. So they were working with Australia, London, to make a bar. They have a London bar with 10 minted, and the commercial releases commercial is 500, which is fantastic. It creates a demand like you wouldn't even believe. Like we were just talking about. If you look in the sold auctions, some 7-ounce bars, 4,800. I can't believe it. This is what I'm getting at. Is like, dude, what they do, this is what they do. They create value out of quite literally very little. Okay? Our mint has to make 200,000 or 300,000 and go through 200 or 300,000 ounces to get their profit back on a single item. They're selling bulk. This company is still selling bulk, like all these other ones, Perth Mint, Royal Mint, every single one of them, and yet they still include, look at this, timeless classics that are selling for 10x what they were worth or paid for in the year they were released. That's fascinating. With that information, I would be changing my methods as a mint. I currently, if I was them, would be actually restructuring myself from the inside out probably. But how do you do that? Get rid of one person at a time, I guess. For real. Like me and Craig were talking about the other night, they just need a good old wash. They need some new brain. Someone like me, honestly, if you were to look past everything that I do in my life and put me in the mint, I would run it probably to the point where they start to see sales success like you wouldn't even believe. And they would have to commemorate me for changing it. And think about that. If you were to look past who somebody is on paper or whatever, or what grades they got in school, or what they did after school, or where they work, and you were to just take their brain, right, and use it. Now, I could quite literally go into the mint. You give me some of the important directors, and you get some people listening to me, they're gonna have a breakfast with me, and they're gonna realize that I'm right. And not only could they be doing it, they should be. And they are missing out on certain limited items each year that they could be creating out of thin air. And this type of stuff right here, it don't take much. 750 items, that's 750 ounces. That's not a lot. We have that. You get it? Like, we got it. So we should use it. And if we did use it properly, our bars would be flipping for like 6 to 8 grand sometimes for previous backdated ones, and they would realize, wow, this is cool. They're selling out instantly. Thank you, Tyler. And I'd be like, you're welcome. I've been really just sitting at my house like wondering what you guys were doing. You know, like that's what I wish I could say to them, for real. Not only, but then if you could say that to them, go and say it to the other rest of them. Go to the Supreme Court. It's worthless. It's not worth trying. It's like waiting for everything to change. I'll speak about it. It's fascinating to speak about it. I entertain myself with these thoughts. And I think that if I bring it into the world and keep bringing it into the world, that maybe it'll make sense. Because I want to buy these things from our government. I don't want to just have to buy from... Right now, currently, some of my money going to like rare things that are coming from these mints or the Perth Mint in Australia, and it should be coming from ours. Now, if ours did it right, then they would be getting everyone's money, and their money wouldn't be going to other countries' bullion, which is what it is now. Basically, our money, even if you buy from somebody in our country, and you buy a Chinese or an Australian coin, you're supporting that bullion that they produced, which means nothing really in the small grand scheme of things, but at the large scheme of it, if everybody bought foreign and didn't buy American Silver Eagles ever, they'd be sitting on a whole bullion depository worth of American Silver Eagles, and they'd be like, why can't we sell these things? Then you'd see price drop and all that. So yeah, it's a supply and demand thing that needs to be controlled, and this right here solves all the problems. Not only can they profit, it don't take that much. 500, that's 1,200, that's like 3,000, and then that's like 8,000 all together. And if you were to put all these things together, the money that all these bars made, it's millions. Millions. Tens of millions. Just 1, 2, 3, and 4 bars designed and released with this mintage. Now, I don't understand it, and I don't like it, and I don't want it to define coin collecting by any means. She's blowing me up because she probably wants to go to sleep. I'm going to BS for a second, I get off. Yeah, it defines, but I don't want it to define in collecting. I want there to still be half dollars, quarters, nickels, dimes. For real, I really do. And I want there to always be new coins coming out, and I want it to be available cheap. I don't want it to be marked up. I don't want Palladium to be $1,900 when it's $900 right now. That shouldn't be. So something's up. Not many people buy Palladium. That's exactly the problem, and that's what I said earlier, is that they're not selling the coins, so when they do sell them, they want to get their money back, and that's how they're doing it, apparently, by just leaving the price at $1,900 rather than to change it as it lowered. Yeah. Really appreciate you, Salty, and yeah, dude, this is just mind-blowing, this entire thing, and I really appreciate every single time that I learn something through these live streams. And honestly, it takes us really along the collecting journey. This information we will remember in the most random moments when we need it the most, and I can assure you that everything that I've learned, it seems to just come out at the best times. And yeah, especially when I'm trying to buy things, when I feel my gut instinct is there for the right reason, me sitting here learning what they look like when they get cleaned, coin wise, is so valuable. And I never would have thought that I would be willingly teaching myself or other people that type of stuff on live, or in general through videos. You know, I never would have thought that, me personally, but I'm more than willing. I've always been the type of person I'd much rather really teach and have it be like not even like, you know, feel like you're being taught. And that's like the thing that I can never get as cool, is like, with a good teacher you learn everything, and with the wrong teacher you learn nothing because their egos are there or whatever. You know, it's like with the right person you really get like everything that you truly need to move on. And I love learning about all this stuff. It's so broad that we could basically spend every day of the week sitting here looking at coins, and we still wouldn't know a fraction of what exists. That's what blows my mind the most. It's that big that you can't even imagine how much exists. And that's why I'm like, wow, we're still making stuff 2023, 2024. I'm honestly sometimes overwhelmed at the fact that everything continues to release as it all this other stuff still exists. So like, how do we possibly keep up with a nation that, you know, is constantly growing but not in the right way economy wise, and still produce these metals? Like, it's, we'll see sometimes where the metals are gonna do cool things, and I'll be right there to document it and to have a smile on my face with you guys as we're sitting there with our metals, and things are doing pretty wanky things, like silver going to 40 maybe or 50, and everybody selling half in the nation type thing. I really look forward to those type of stories. Well, I don't want to keep my mom waiting, and yeah, I really appreciate you, bro, and I hope that you have a great Saturday, and yeah, I will see you probably within the next day or two. Yeah, be live so randomly. I just really enjoy it at this point. Really hope you have a good one, and